Well, I can't put it off any longer. If you follow along with the channel, you'll know that I was tinkering on this lift of mine. Had a couple little issues I wanted to fix, which I did. And uh, forest management company stopped by and asked me if I wanted some firewood. Oak they had. And I said, sure. And I said, what from? And they said, they're cutting trees just down the road. I could actually hear the chainsaw from here. And I'm like, sure, just dump them here. And he asked me what I was doing with the lift. And I said I was getting it around to work on that light. And I want a tree limb. And I want to try to get this tree down. He goes, well, I can take that tree down for you this afternoon. He says, I bring my wedges over and well, you set your lift right there and we'll top it out and we'll knock it right over. And I'm like, well, let's go for it then, because I don't have the experience. So don't listen to me and follow my instructions. I'm just trying to get by, spending the least amount of money and maintain the property. And this ash tree is about 75 feet tall. It's thin. It's like 16 inch or so on the base, but it's dead. It's got one branch up there. It's got leaves in it this year. So I think what's going to happen is small little limbs have already fallen down during wind. But I think what's going to happen this winter, get a little snow on it, some of them limbs are going to break off and hit Dawson's building here. And I'm a little concerned about that. That would upset him. So I think what we'll do today is we'll go ahead and fire this up. The logger never showed back up. You know, the tree service guy never showed up. He said, I'll be back in 2 hours, and that was a week ago. So I left this set here figuring that something came up. Well, it didn't. He had the experience and I do not. So what I'm going to do is we'll go up there. We got just a battery Ryobi chainsaws. One I've had for 20 years, and I don't know, this one brushless I've had for about maybe 5 years. One's a 10, one's a 12. We're going to run up there and knock off the lower limbs and start testing this out and see, you know, how I can rope them down. I got some ropes there. I have no help, and so nobody wants to help me, so I'm going to attempt this. The lift is a 41 foot, and so with a 6 foot guy, I'm not quite 6 foot, but a 6 foot guy can reach 47 feet, which is about where that crotch is in that tree, which is still a lot of weight above you. I'm going to see how much I can reach, maybe swing around a little bit and just nip off everything that could come down and hit me. And I got my harness on. I've got a lanyard I'm going to tie off, and I'll take my helmet up too, and just play around, see if I can do this, and try not to get hurt in the process. So like I said, don't follow my recommendations. This is me just trying to do it and save some money. I don't want to spend $1,000 on that. I got some other projects I like to spend some money on. This is an ash tree, so this is going to make great firewood. Cut today, burn today kind of stuff. But we got to fill up the woodshed, so we need a few trees. We got one here. We got a cherry over there. The whole top's gone in it. We've got another ash there that I don't even see any leaves in it. But that one's right behind Dawson's building. The man looked at that and he says, yeah, I can probably do that too. Over there we got a cherry. The top's dead out. It looks like a squirrel nest in it. And that cherry there, there's a few dead ones. Here's a dead one. There's a dead one. So I'm worried about them falling on the buildings. So I'm going to see how much I can do myself. Once I get confident, I'll just continue and keep doing it. I'll probably do some YouTube videos to see if I can, you know, learn how to bring them down. I don't know if I want to buy a lot of equipment for it, but having a lift is better than a ladder kind of situation. So if I can get out from under it, I think I can probably do it. And normally I just tie a cable to it, hook on the tractor, and have my son drive back and put a little tension on it. We'll let her go. But we got buildings here, building there, building over there, and I don't want to do any damage. So cross your fingers, we'll get a start on it. Well, I'm not sure how good you could see that, but the lift's a little shaky out there. You know, you're extending it out, not up, but out. And she gets a little bouncy. And I don't know, probably my equilibrium, but I don't feel too safe up there when I'm hanging off and pulling down. I did bring everything down without hurting anything. And I left a rope tied on that, but I tied to the branch to the one I wanted to lower that were a little heavy, and worked out pretty good. And what I got is a mess down here to clean up. I got almost up there. I probably could go a little bit higher, but I still don't like cutting things that are over my head. I know I can bring the basket out to the side somewhat, but ideally if I got on the back side I could cut the front side. And it's woods and downhill, and it's got a big stone ledge there about 40 feet long or something. And I'm debating whether I want to drop the tree back through there, which would be best if we could go straight back. But there's a little maple here. It's going to break a few branches probably. Maybe they'll bend out of the way. And then it's got a another maple back there. So ideally, right there would be great. So I may use the lift, go up, tie a cable around her. I got 125 foot, I think, 3/8 cable. And then the other thing is if I come out through here, I got to pace this out or measure. It's going to just about come out to these blueberry bushes, and I don't want to harm them. Got 3 little ones growing here. Got this old, I don't care about this tree much because it hasn't done anything, but I think what will happen is it'll come right across through here a little bit, and I don't know if I want that. It's more open out here. If I dropped it on the drive, I'll still be coming out a little bit on an angle, and it sort of leans this way. The vertical lean is a little this way. And if we come down through here, we got plenty of run to drop it. When it hits the ground, it's going to break all them little branches off. It don't matter, but. So I'm going to think this out. I'll probably end this video here. I just did a little bit. Got some of that, and I'll get that out of the way. But I don't, when I'm falling a tree, I don't want all them lower branches to be banging into things on the way down. And if I decide to put a cable up in there or something, they're all hitting me in the head. So I guess maybe if I was younger, I'd go up there like a monkey and keep topping it and see how much I dare bring down. But I think the weight of that, as high as the lift will reach only that crotch, you're going to have several hundred pounds to tie off, and I don't really have the rope equipment for that. I took 3 ropes up with me, and I think they're only like 600-pound test or something. And when they fall quick, it's going to exceed that. So probably like normal, I'll be falling these trees. They just a little too much to take down in sections. But this thing works great to limb. You know, we limbed some trees out here. Got them away from the house a little bit. But I bought this lift to work on a house. You know, I do carpentry work, and I wanted it to do a little bit of roofing and siding and windows, that kind of thing. So it's basically a one-manner, go up there and take your material up and get off onto the roof or whatever you're doing. But you see them dead branches up there, this thing, I don't really want them hitting me in the head. So I think we'll be following this tree. I'll get my son to give me a hand with it, and we'll think it out and see which way we want to bring it. I want to do this without damaging anything. Thanks for watching a little short video, and we'll see you soon.